Hi, guys. Justin and Elis here from the Sequel Rights podcast.
Hey.
We've got a question for you based on our most recent episode about the purge. We want to know, if the purge was real, would you do it? I mean, it sounds pretty crazy, but, hey, something to think about. Would you do the purge?
I think that I would possibly participate in petty crime, but definitely not major murder crime.
Yeah, I feel like I would be a scaredy cat and just hide away. Give me that foolproof security system. Lock me in my house. But what would you guys do? We want to know.
Hell no. I'm not getting out of the house. Not at all. Because, to be honest, if someone wanted to do something to me, because it's legal for one night, they'd just be able to do it. I would find it very hard to fight back. So, yeah, it wouldn't happen. I'm locking myself in that house, making sure that somebody's with me. Although that's a bit of a risk, isn't it? Because, if one of your family members or, roommates want to murder you, then they can just do it. They can be waiting for that day. You'd say something wrong, or, you steal their milk, and they can just murder you. So even that's got its risks. They can get a gun or get a knife or just bludgeon you to death in the house in your sleep. You're not safe in your own house. So, yeah. No, I don't know what I'd do. I'd have to trust whoever I was staying with, and the door would be locked. Nobody would be letting anyone in, no matter who it is, because as we've seen, people can sneak in with other people. So nobody is coming in to that house. It's staying locked, and the curtains are staying closed. All security measures are going to be taken. Literally. That's it, because, nah, I don't want to die. So no, I would not take part in the purge. I don't believe in that stuff anyway. Why hurt someone, man? Life is too short, especially when there's a purge and killing people is legal. It's definitely too short, so yeah, no.
Oh God, no. I'm gonna lock myself in the house. Make sure I have everything secure inside the house. I will not want to leave the house. I don't know, I never really liked the movies very much. But I've seen, I think, one or two of them. But yeah, it's just no. It's not my thing at all. I would definitely lock myself in the house and just wait until it was all over.
Now, hosts, don't be bashful. You cannot deny that if you were face down with an AK-47, you wouldn't try to defend yourself. You would. Would I participate in something like the purge? I believe I would. I believe that I would participate in the purge because I wouldn't want to die, and there would be somebody out there trying to kill me. So I would do all that I could to defend myself, and if necessary, kill as many people around me to ensure that I would stay alive. I think in some cases it is kind of the survival of the fittest. But in actuality, does that thing happen? Well, we've seen this concept of genocide happen, and is this a form of it? I would say no, but to a degree I think it's kind of a precursor to that, because it's giving people the allowance to kill others for the sake of their own gain. And isn't that what genocides do, except for the alleged greater cause, the alleged greater good? Guns up?
No, I'd hide inside my house until the thing was over. This idea is not really completely new. There was an old Star Trek episode where the whole civilization was run by a computer named Landru or something like that. And they had festival or the Red Hour every once in a while where people could just get rid of all of those undesirable desires. And they'd do it, and then the next day would come and everyone would be back to law and order and perfect harmony and such. But no, that doesn't appeal to me. I would hide inside my house and hope I survived it.
No, I'm too blind to go to jail. Just no.
It's weird, that, isn't it? You watch a film and the first thing you think is, what if this was real? How would I cope? The Purge? No, I wouldn't. I'd have to lock myself away. That's not because I'm particularly moral or anything. I just know that someone would take me out straight away. You like to think that, you would be a survivor. Same with the zombie films. I would be that one survivor. I could do that. But in this sort of weird reality, I know I'd be taken down straight away. I would be a starter. I am the appetizer. I'm not lasting. So, no.
No, I wouldn't. I'd just stay at home with the doors locked, curtains down, windows closed, extra security. I don't know, maybe bulletproof and knife-proof walls and windows, and maybe hidden somewhere underground. I'm not even here. But I guess if I was forced to kill, if I really had to, then I might.
Okay, so after I tell you this, you're probably going to think I'm pretty psychotic. And, some people's called me crazy, and they could probably argue it and make a pretty fair point there. But anyways, if the purge was real, I think what I would end up doing is loading up some supplies, and I would go out and start hunting sex offenders, child abusers, and wife beaters, and start reducing their numbers. In my mind, that would be a way to do a great service to not just the country, but society as a whole.
The answer to that question is, although I would be tempted to, no. There are some things that you just don't do, no matter what. Otherwise, they will not be called values.
No, I would not participate in any event that would cause harm to another. I would like a day where all of us who wouldn't do mean things could have a day a year where we could go around uplifting and doing positive things. I mean, technically, we should be doing that 365 days a year. But I'm always amazed at how society promotes meanness. So while the purgers would have their day, the non-purgers should have theirs. Thanks.
Hell yeah, I would. For the simple fact that it's either kill or be killed. And to know that everybody running around out this main objective is to kill people. Scab! Don't come up! Come up! I don't give a damn who you are. I'm spraying every damn body. I'm spraying every direction. Nah, but now seriousness, I definitely would participate in this. Might be fun.
Okay, so just to add to this, when I practice a song, so if there's something that, I guess it depends on what kind of mood I'm in. Like, if there's something that I'm struggling with in the song, I may, stop and go over that a bunch. But sometimes I'll be like, okay, I do need to work on that. And then I will proceed with the song for the purposes of finishing it, and then I'll come back to it. Also, another thing that becomes rather tiresome is practicing a song over and over. Like, I know it's necessary, especially if I'm learning exactly the way the artist played it. It is necessary. And I have found that I get better results if I do that. But there have been times I have practiced a song for probably, I don't even know how long it's been. Maybe like 30 minutes or something, or an hour, depending on what it is I'm trying to get. And I know it must drive other people nuts if they hear it. But I know sometimes you have to do that in order to really master something. But sometimes that can get very tiresome. So does anybody have any thoughts on that or tips on that? Thanks. Hey, I just want to apologize. I did not mean to post in this thread. I'm so sorry. Thanks.
I would pose an even bigger question on that, Mr. Tom. Would you have to participate in the purge? Because if we go back to the movie, we put this into perspective of reality, which in some way I feel like we're not far from it with our president. But if we were to have a purge, it would literally become a do or die situation. Either you will do the purge to survive, or you will not, and you will be killed eventually. It may be sooner than later. I think the purge would automatically put everybody in survival mode. I don't think off the bat. I think it would be a domino effect. It would start as one thing that leads to another, that leads to another. Because let's face it, in America especially, we don't generally come together. The politicians and the news media talks about division and everything else, but that's always been the case with Americans. We've never really been a one person anyway. We lock our doors at night. We clench our purses when we walk around people. We naturally have a disdain for one another on a natural, instinctual, animalistic way. We don't just invite anybody to our houses. We're defensive anyway. So I think the purge really would just bring out the inner evilness in people, I guess you could say. The evil, I wanted to do that anyway, but now it'll turn into a want will turn into a have to. I have to kill you because you're gonna kill me, or you might kill me. You know what I'm saying? Grudge fights would automatically become, I have to kill you because I don't know if you're going to kill me at the purge. See what I'm saying? So, it's not a situation of would I participate in the purge? I could feel like I have to participate in the purge because I have to anticipate who is going to kill me or who wants to kill me. I pissed off a lot of people in my day, so I don't know who's coming for me. So, you would almost have to participate in the purge. Either it's defense or offensively. Most people would start off defensively. A lot of people would get scared to go outside. They would lock themselves out in the houses and homes. But eventually those homes, I think, will be turned down or teared down, or something's going to happen to where you just feel like I'm going to have to make the first move and go after him. So let me know what you think about that answer.
Would I participate in the purge? Yeah, I'd have a super huge, I'd have a super huge house party. That's what I would do. I would have a super huge extravaganza that's secured, and you couldn't get in unless you had you have to have security clearance to get in my party. You have to have security clearance. Your invitation has to be in. You have to RSVP and everything. And if you come trying to come up on my property and you trying to just take over my stuff because you want some purge type stuff, well, I do have soldiers to deal with you. Crown Z from the palace. Holla back.
This is a dumb question. You know what? I probably would commit murder. The only people I'd kill though would be paedophiles, rapists. You know what I mean? I'd find out who was, and just do what the government should have done a long time ago when you got bloody prosecuted or sent down and got released. You know what I mean? Too many paedophiles and rapists in this world today. just let to walk the street, you know what I mean? So that's what I would do in the purge. Just lock and load and shoot the fuckers.
I wouldn't do it because, it's just starting bad things if you participate in that.
No, I wouldn't do it. I'd be too scared.
Oh yeah, I like that movie. Those are great movies. I mean, I like them. I thought about this question too. Would I participate in those one? I don't know though. Even in those movies, I feel that the wealthy people, the rich, wealthy people, are able to protect themselves. But I think they are able to protect themselves. A lot of them are able to hire securities and protect themselves. But the vulnerable, the poor people are not able to participate in it. Like, I mean, they're not able to protect themselves from that night, where you can do whatever you want. I don't know if I would participate in them, to be honest with you. Maybe I would participate in them, like, I don't know, try to hide, try to, like, I don't know, maybe steal things, so that way I don't get caught, But I wouldn't do it, if I'm gonna get caught, by the owners or by whoever owned the house, I would want to just go into the house, just simply and just take whatever I want and just leave, I don't know, without them catching me, something like that. But I wouldn't want to be in a situation where I would have to fight them and all that. But yeah, that's a great movie. I like that movie.
Oh, how weird. Oh my goodness. I would be scared to death. I would lock myself up somewhere. This is Ann 64. I would lock myself up somewhere and stay there. Oh, it sounds awful. Awful, awful, awful. Can you imagine all the crimes and things that would be happening? Oh, no, 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 no. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, one day a year you could do anything you wanted to do. Well, if I were going to do something I wanted to do, it would not be a crime, that's for sure. It might be something harmless and it might be something illegal and harmless, like maybe going somewhere without a visa and then coming back again, to visit. I might try something like that, but to do something that's not going to hurt somebody, no. Mm-mm. Oh, no, 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 absolutely not. It sounds horrible, and that does sound like a movie I would not be interested in watching. And I love to watch movies. Now you are all getting a taste of a very poor Elvis sound-alike. The concert on my town green, it's a weekly affair, and there's a guy down there that well, I'm glad I'm here in my living room and not down there on the town green tonight. Okay, everyone. I guess you got the answers, Tom. None of us want any part of it.
Okay, so I've seen The Purge before. It's a really good movie. It's really good. It scares me a little bit because I have a feeling it might not, but it's a possibility it could happen. Anything's possible, But I would participate in The Purge. I would. It looks like something that could be fun if you do the right thing and be careful, Make sure your head doesn't get chopped off or nothing like that, because that could happen. But yeah, I would.
I would, but I would only focus on money and weapons. One day, I'll get as much money and weapons as I possibly can get.
If the purge does ever come into being, some of the first people I'm going to be looking for are podcasters. So I hope your security system's as good as you think, bud.
No, I wouldn't do it. Because it ain't worth going to jail over, I have a clean record, and I plan to keep it that way. So I don't know if I'd participate in that.
I think during the purge, I would just rob as many banks as I possibly could and just wake up a rich blind bitch.
I would probably participate in like robbing banks or stores, possibly stealing, money from people if I felt like I wanted to do that. Smoking weed on the sidewalk in public. I would like to hit somebody with a pair of brass knuckles if they open their mouth the wrong way to me. I would like to kick and degrade all of the people who do dog mauling. I would probably just hang those sons of bitches. Get a rope and tie it to a tree and just hang those motherfuckers and sit around and listen and cheer as they fucking go through agony during their last portions of their life. Oh yeah. There's no doubt about it. So, I also think that what is it? I would like to smoke weed right in front of a police station. That would be fun. But I agree with the lady who on the podcast. I agree with her. I would not ever participate in like murder and stuff like that. That would be awful. No. And you know what? Honestly, it's easy to say that I would do those things, but if actually given the opportunity, I don't think I could. I really don't think I could. No, I shouldn't.
I don't know if I would participate or not, but the prime thing, I suppose, is survival, and I definitely would want to survive. And I would survive if, well, by any means necessary, really. Locking myself in, I suppose, would work just up to a point. But what if I need, I don't know, to get food or something? Yeah, I would survive. That's what I'm thinking.
Justin and Eliz, I've listened to all the answers so far, and you have gotten some strange ones. You have my sympathies. That being said, the purge would change so many things. I want to say I wouldn't, but in reality, there's so many things that can happen. If people in my family started getting attacked, I honestly think I would probably become a revenge murderer. Sadly. I wouldn't be successful at that, but I would attempt it. All bets are I would not be successful, though.
I would participate in the, petty crime. Maybe get some drugs, like some weed, and, cause a little chaos. But I don't think I'd want to kill anyone. It's just too messy.
Hi guys, I'll make this quick while I can. Just to cover everybody's answers, including the private ones. Helping myself is a very bad piece of advice. It never works. Exacerbates the problem. It makes everything 10 times worse. So I've completely stopped. He's very set in stone about keeping what he wants to do for, his choice, and biblical reasoning. So I often find myself calling him and just telling him to just pray. It can help, but I mean, I need to then in that case occupy my mind elsewhere. But it's driving me crazy. It's when I get into these phases, it's about a month. Eventually it goes away and then it comes back again in a while. I mean, not literally like hours, but over time. And when it hits me strong, it just hits me really strong. I will admit, with an ex-boyfriend, we did some touching. That was pretty much it. But I almost wanted to just take care of it because it was driving me nuts. But no, we never got that far. So, but I don't know. I don't know what to do anymore.
I would not participate.
I think during the purge, I would just rob as many banks as I possibly could and just wake up a rich blind bitch.
I would, but I would only focus on money and weapons. One day, I'll get as much money and weapons as I possibly can get.